So I like to tell people I'm a mom that had a kid with cancer that decided how to take care of it on our own without all the medical advice because I found it very tiresome, the advice that I got. When people ask, well, are you a doctor or are you a nurse? I'm like, no, I just like to pretend. And I say this as a disclaimer because I want you guys to know I've already had questions like, what about this? I've heard this in Young Living and I've heard this. And just so you know, if you do not do, if you do not use Young Living essential oils or supplements, as I talk about what to use, I will be sharing about that. But ahead of time, it's just simply generic information about how to choose a good supplement. But when I discuss the research that I found, please know, I researched and I have scoured. I should have some sort of alphabet after my name. I've probably read more than most doctors because I was desperate to save my son and heal my son. My husband, just as a side note, he smoked forever. And in my mind, I never thought he would quit. So morbid as this is, I was like, oh, I probably am going to need to help him stave off some kind of lung nonsense, right? I mean, I was just being real. I don't know if any of you have husbands or maybe you yourself are like, ooh, I have this really bad habit and I know it's going to come around and bite me in the end. I might need to check it out. So these are some of the things I've researched. And what I have found, ladies and gentlemen, is this. We have one body. Would you guys all agree we get one body in this life? Yeah, fair enough, right? We all agree with that. If you have one body and you have one life, you are obligated to understand how it works. If you've ever seen me do a video or you've ever seen me teach a class, you know that I pull no punches. I'm going to tell you like it is. If you've never heard me speak, buckle up, Buttercup, because I'm going to be straight with you. And when I say you are obligated, I mean it. You have this body that you live in. And yet, as I speak to people, when they say, Jen, my arms are falling off, I'm so tired, whatever, just being silly, right? And I'll say, it sounds like maybe your adrenals are tanking. Many of them are like, where would those be? And I'm not saying this to be unkind, but I myself did not know, number one, that I had adrenal glands until I was 40 years old. Number two, I did not know where the heck they were. And that, when my doctor, he was a naturopath, and he was saying, your adrenals are pulsing at zero, you're in adrenal fatigue, this and that. And I'm like, where are those? It's okay. There was no shame in it, but I thought, oh my word, had I known what they were, how to take care of them, all is good. We go to the supplement, look at that and go, you've seen it at Whole Foods, right? It's like so long. And you can get a mile in just walking down the aisle trying to figure out what you need. And everybody has an agenda, and you need this and you need that. And here's me. Shut out that noise, guys. Right now, if you don't know your body, just hop over to Amazon Smile real quick and grab yourself an anatomy textbook. Seriously, go nuts. Look at your body. Understand, draw a little diagram. You guys can print it off the internet and look. And this is important because as we talk about body systems, it's so awesome. Rose, thank you for sharing that anatomy coloring book. Yes, absolutely. Once you understand how the organs work, choosing a supplement that you need to help balance your body, to give your body the nutrients that it's lacking, will be so much simpler and so much more clear. Here's the deal. So I had a son with cancer. And I love saying this, especially on social media, because it kind of freaks people out. I'm like, whatever, cancer is nothing. Cancer is no big deal than a cold. Let's be real. Like, can we all agree? Like, if we stop fearing this big, stupid C word, I think we will be miles ahead of the game. If we know how cancer is made, what kind of an environment creates cancer in the body? Well, hell, all you got to do is figure out how to unmake that, right? I mean, guys, agree? Like, that's simple. If you understand why you get a cold, well, shoot. All you got to know is how to boost your immune system, right? You got to know how to support that. But you got to know what your immune system is. You know, we say those words this time of year. Oh, I got to boost my immune system. Many people don't even know that most of it sits in their gut. That's a true story. Also, when you have brain fog, brain fatigue, if your belly's not working right, your head's not working right either. I'm going to give you the top 10 reasons why you need a supplement. Number one, key right here. Our food source is just not as whole as it was. You know, I love when people say, well, my grandma lived to be 90 or 120 and smoked a pack of whatever. Yeah, but she ate whole foods very likely. The ground was much better 100 years ago. It's just not the same anymore. It's just not. So if we can recognize that and go, you know what, it's not. I need to supplement with something. Number two, our supplements are a natural way to boost your immune system. And it's a cost-effective way to keep yourself healthy. It's a cost-effective way to keep yourself healthy. Number three, supplementation helps to transport and feed your muscles. It also helps to counter any deficiencies that you might have. The most common one, I don't know if you guys know this. What is the statistic? I think it's over 50%. I can't give you a specific, but a huge percentage of Americans are vitamin D deficient. When my son got cancer, if you didn't know, it was malignant melanoma at 9. Kids just don't get this, right? It's weird. And they were like, oh, slather on sunscreen, make him, wear a hat and all the things. And then like 2 years in, apparently I'm a slow learner. I thought, wait a minute, his whole life he's had sunscreen on, which kind of made me look at the sunscreen, which made me think, okay, that's going to kill him, sunscreen more than the sun will. Oh, and then having it on because we're blocking the sun that God made, which our bodies so desperately need, right? And so on and on it goes. Vitamin D staves off all kinds of sinister things. Number four, supplements will keep your body and your hormones balanced. I was in a meeting just talking about all the things, oil, supplements, whatever. And I said, menopause isn't a thing. And the woman I was speaking to was like, wait, it is. Your body naturally goes through changes. I said, yes, but it doesn't have to be literally a hot mess. That's just what our culture has fed us. You can move through that with grace and ease, right? Pregnancy and menopause in the American Medical Association Journal are considered diseases, and they're treated as such. You guys can look that up on your own time, but that's truth right there. Number five, supplementation provides antioxidants. It provides antioxidants. We'll talk about antioxidants in a little bit, but when you wake up in the morning, well, let me start back here. Your body just naturally produces free radicals. And my dear friends like me, over 45, over 40, our bodies are producing free radicals at a much more rapid rate than our children. And so when we get up in the morning, if we don't start our day feeding our bodies antioxidants, which are going to remove the free radicals, we're just starting behind. There's fascinating YouTube videos. In fact, I can post them in the event here. They're really cool about how your body, if you have the standard American diet of like a piece of toast, maybe a bagel, a banana, and a glass of orange juice, and it shows the ratio of like, okay, you eat this, but then your antioxidants or your you tank and your free radicals rise, and on and on. It gives like a whole day of a typical person, and by the end of the day, the free radicals have just wreaked havoc on your body, and you're maybe like, if you have a bowl of grapes or something, it kind of bumps it up a little bit. Something to keep in mind. I don't know, what am I on? Number 6, number 7. Most medications deplete essential nutrients. If you have been on meds or you're currently on meds, they're just robbing your body. They're doing the things they need to, killing whatever, or supporting, not supporting, excuse me, they don't support, curing all the things. Maybe you have to be on a med. I'm not going to argue with you on that point. That's not what this class is about. But just know, every time you've been on it, it's wreaked havoc on your gut and it's taken away essential nutrients to your liver, your kidneys, and your bladder. So you want to restore that balance. Supplementation can, may, might, all those kind of words in preventing some health issues. It's also a general easy way to help your body be stronger because it helps to oxidative stress. It helps to stave that off. Also, number 10, the last one, my favorite, diet, exercise, and supplements, Fountain of Youth, friends. I shared in a video a while back that I feel more beautiful and I feel stronger and healthier now at 45, almost 46, than I did at 25. I take supplements, I eat a clean diet, and I exercise. But here's the thing. In our culture, our fast food culture, our Insta culture, our one-stop shop culture, we want it in one pill. Show of hands, how many of you guys are like, oh my gosh, Jen, just tell me the one thing. What's the one major thing I need? Come on, be honest. Thank you, Donna, for your honesty. Trish, yep. Mom, yep, absolutely. We all just want, like, okay, just give me like if I was only going to get one supplement, that's my favorite. When someone says, okay, if I'm going to start off with one, I'm like, you're ridiculous. You can't do just one. If you had one organ, I'm like, okay. Turns out you got more organs. You got to support them. And there's different ways that we need to do that. So you're asking, do I really need to take so many pills? Yeah, you sure as heck do. I'm going to give you 5 things that are a must every day. And hear me. Okay, I got to know where my friends are. How many of you guys have to be in the cone of silence all by yourself to take pills? Anybody else? Is it just me? No? Oh my gosh, I might need to have therapy. I'm training myself. Thank you, Meg and Dan, for being honest. I think I have to train myself. I've been trying where I'm like, okay, I'm going to do 4. I'm not going to choke to death, but I'm doing it. Nicole, yeah, thank you. All right, you guys are coming out of the woodworks. So I take probably about 6 supplements, and it looks like I'm a little drug factory. We need to take a lot of pills. Here's the deal. Most of us here on this call would admit that we have a little stress in our lives, dealing with traffic, waiting on the phone, maybe customer service, maybe your job brings a little bit of stress, your children, having a job, any of that is stress. Stress just something that weighs on you. It might be good, it might be bad, it's just indifferent. Stress is stress. When we're under stress, our bodies utilize more nutrients. Replacing these nutrients is essential for that time, but then also handling future stress. So I love this idea, of the military. They don't practice for war during wartime, right? They practice during times of peace. It's like our bodies too, guys. The time to start upping your immune system is not December. That ship has sailed. So now, you can, but just double duty now. Double down on your Ningxia. Double down on all your vitamin D. The time to take care of your body is before something hits it. That's the time. Chemicals in our environment, as much, I should actually say toxins. It's impossible to avoid chemicals. Toxins in our environment place a burden on our bodies. Now, before you guys start blowing up the chat with, I'm toxin free, I don't have toxins in my life, you step outside, you got toxins. Just the fact that if you sit in your car and you breathe the exhaust, toxins. If you have neighbors who do pesticides, toxins. It is what it is, friends. If you walk in a mall, God help you, and you walk by Abercrombie, toxins. Because you just smell that like you need a gas mask. I love Dawn. If you eat, toxins. Yeah, true story. it's nearly impossible to avoid. That's why it's so critical that you avoid it in your own home, in your own four walls. In our water, if you go out to eat. I mean, you could be that person that's like, you know, you bring your own water bottle and whatever, but I got news for you. It's going to happen. So the good news is you can detox from these toxins. Absolutely. You just have to make sure you get optimum nutrition and you get optimum supplementation. Your liver alone, just your sweet little liver, needs a variety of nutrients to rid your body of these toxins. Can I tell you, I'm just going to say this again, and you all need to write this down. If you take nothing else from this class, 2 things. Are you ready? You need to love your liver like more than your husband or your wife or your children. It's the only one you have. It's the only one, guys. It takes all the nonsense. It takes the brunt of everything. And when you're angry and you're trying to not be angry, and you're like, I'm cool, I'm good, and you're stuffing it. Yeah, you might in your mind be like, I'm fine, but your liver is taking all the crap, literally. And then if you don't go home and put some JuvaCleanse or JuvaFlex or Release or forgiveness on your liver, guess what? You just left your liver toxic there. So the first thing is love your liver more than your spouse. Love your liver as yourself. Isn't there a Bible verse? I'm like making stuff up. I'm sorry. I like to be silly. Love your liver. And also the second thing is make sure you are emotionally healthy. Cleanse your liver emotionally. Get rid of anger, fear, worry, hatred, all of that stuff. You know, I like to tell my children, anybody else who will listen, that God didn't give us these commandments so that we could have a boring, lame life. He gave them so that we could be healthy and safe. Think about it. Forgive. Man, don't do it for the other person. Do it for you. When you're if you think about all the things like I just mentioned about chemicals and toxins and stuff like that, much of the food that we're eating is lacking in essentials. I mean, every once in a while, if we choose to indulge in something we don't normally eat, our bodies take a hit. So in my case, my monthly modern pastry indulge hits my cells and causes them to tank. I'm just going to own it. I'm not going to not eat that. That's just dumb. But I am going to take a little bit more enzymes. I'm going to up my probiotics, and I'm going to up my multigreens. It's just being knowledgeable about what you need to do. It's being cognizant of the food that you're putting in your mouth. You know, we don't want to walk around like mindless eating machines, like, oh, these chips, this soda, this blah, blah, blah isn't going to hurt me. If you're going to choose that, awesome. Just make sure you add some supplements, like a lot more than the average bear. We don't always eat a balanced diet. Think about it. When you're on holiday, when you're vacationing, when you're traveling for work, you're not eating how you normally do. And many people think they get sick or they pick up something when they travel because they're around a lot more people. Well, if that were true, then you'd be sick all the time, unless you're a hermit and you live in your house, which people could say that was us, but we actually do leave the house, I promise. But that's not what it is. It's because you're eating foods that your body is just not used to. You're not always getting all the nutrients. So here's another tip. When you travel, even if you're on a road trip, take extra supplements with you. Take extra. So when we think about supplements and why and what, the answer isn't a one a day. Some of you guys have told me, I know, like if Maribel was in her yoga training, and anybody who has seen x-rays or ultrasounds or whatever of sometimes people's bellies, doctors will tell you that many times the one-shot wonders of the supplement world will stay in their colon. Super gross. I've spoken to clinics where they do colonics, people who have done that or who do those for a living. Interesting choice of job, but whatever floats your boat. they have said the number one thing that they flush out of the colon are supplements. Not really supplements, they call them vitamins. I think there's a bit of a difference. So when we look at like a one pill, one thing, there's a lot of extra goodies in there that we just don't want. So never mind the fact that you just can't get all the nutrients. But the way they package this, they compress these into one, there's a lot of extra things that some people can have an allergic response to. You know, there's colorings, there's artificial flavorings, there might be sugar. When I researched for a class, Rose, I just saw your thing at bullets. Yeah, for sure, right? And those colonics. When I research for these classes, I have to take a lot of stress away because I get so incensed. I'm thinking, is it so freaking hard to make a supplement without all the additives? Somebody tell me. Because I was trying to look for, there's 2 companies that I would recommend that I would trust for vitamin D. And I'm like, vitamin D, it's a simple supplement. Would you guys all agree? Yeah, show of hands, simple, right? Not hard to make. Vitamin D, easy peasy. You can get the vegetarian kind, you can get the kind from fish, whatever, right? So I'm looking, and I went through, I'm not lying to you, 10 different vitamin D companies. Natural flavorings. Why? It just tastes like oil. Natural colors. Again, why? I don't get it. That stuff screws with your system. So while you're getting this supplement, you're also getting this extra stuff that's like, great, now you just put chemicals in your body, toxins, excuse me. We all know if you use essential oils what the word fragrance means, and we also know what the word flavoring means. Sweet little FDA let people say and do whatever they want under the guise of fragrance and flavorings. It's ridiculous. Yeah, Kimberly, Centrum. Really? Come on now. Commercials, man, it's powerful. So like I said, a lot of these are compact so tightly so that you can swallow. Your body can't even digest this. It's because it's just like in there. Your belly, it's not in there long enough. My gosh, it just takes forever. So x-ray techs, even just an x-ray, simple x-ray, will see pills in your stomach. Ooh, can't. All right, so let's assume these pills can digest in your stomach. Let's pretend. The challenge is this isn't always going to mean that you're going to get all the nutrients. An inactive form of a vitamin is a way of saying it has to be converted or activated by your liver. So when you take a vitamin or a supplement, it goes into your body and into your liver, and that's how it gets activated, right? Your liver does a lot of things before your body can use it. We call that being bioavailable. But a lot of people don't have a super clean liver, and it just can't do the work it takes to pull out these nutrients. So there's that. So even if you take a whole food supplement, your body is not going to take out all the nutrients it needs. So when you take, like before I started using the supplements that we have, I would take what are they? Standard Process. It was the only whole food supplement I knew. It's a good company. It's when you do the research, like, okay, they are a solid company, but it's just food. It's, the herbs. What I learned, and Steve brought up a great question before class, and I'm so grateful. P.S. I'll tell you what I told Steve. I do not shy away from hard questions. So if there's a question you have, you're like, ooh, I might be saying something negative about Young Living. Bring it. Talk to me. Let's talk. Let's banter this out. I got you guys. But he brought up a good question. We hear in Young Living, our supplements have essential oils in them, and it makes them bioavailable. Makes your body, more bioavailable because of the oils, and I'll explain the science behind that. Steve was asking, where's the research for that? We know that there's research on multigreens, but it's hard to find the research on the other stuff. And my answer was, I've never seen it specific to Young Living. But I have seen many articles that talk about herbal extracts and oils when added to supplements, not Young Living specific. So the science is out there. You guys can do some digging. For those of you guys, if you are not in Young Living, maybe you're watching this later, maybe you're like, that sounds like a lot of BS to me. I get you. It does sound like that. So do your research. Go find it. There's a lot of information out there that when you pair an essential oil with a vitamin, just some studies done in the blood and all that, that it does up the bioavailability for your body. And so what I mean by that is, let's say you take a vitamin C on its own. It's a good whole food supplement, not from Whole Foods, excuse me, but it is a whole plant supplement by itself. And then you take it with maybe an essential oil, even if you take it with the oil and the supplement together, right? I spoke to a naturopath about this because at the time I was dabbling in oils. I hadn't quite jumped in yet. And because I didn't think an oil company could actually have a decent supplement. There's my disclaimer. I was like, what do they know about supplements? Turns out kind of a lot. Anyway, we were talking about this. He said, here's the deal. Supplements, and write this down, guys. This is good. Supplements feed your cells. Supplements feed your cells. They give your cells the food it needs. The mitochondria, you guys have heard of that part of the cell? So it gives your body the energy. Essential oils will go in and repair the cells. It's probably the most non-compliant thing I could absolutely say on this thing, but there it is. Oh, well, what do you know? You can Google that. It's out there. It repairs the cells. You couple it together, right? You see where I'm going with this. It's good stuff. So when you're looking at supplements, and again, if you're not taking Young Living supplements, or maybe you're like, I'm totally married to my other supplements, I love these. Maybe you or somebody, you work for a supplement company. I don't know. And I'm not here to dog any other company. It's not about that. I just want good information put out there. Good information, solid. You have to look at the company and where they get their plants, how they source it, because at the end of the day, it does not say Church of blah, blah, blah company. Guys, it doesn't say Church of Young Living, right? At the end of the day, most people want to make a profit. But our founder, until the day he died, would say, I don't make a product for a profit. I make it for a purpose. And I posted this, I created this post on my social media page the other day because I came across this and I thought, this right here is that when you're looking for a good supplement, find out why. Why did this company make this product? Was it because the owner, the founder, the creator of the company was looking for nutritionally a better way to do things? Or were they simply out to make some money? That's powerful. Because if you know Young Living, and I don't care what you say about Gary Young, that's just between him and Jesus, right? Whatever. But if you know that member number one, I want to say her name is Donna. Guys, correct me if I'm wrong. She was at convention a couple years ago. So cute, sweet little old lady. He created ICP and Comfort Tone for her, to help her. She's still with us a couple decades later. So there's that. Other companies like, hey, everybody needs, I don't know, vitamin C. Let's make one. Here, we'll do that. Flood the market with our stuff. Everybody needs vitamin D. Oh, let's make it and put all this crap that doesn't need to be in it. Whatever. Find out. If you do not want to use Young Living supplements, peace be with you. But find out the supplements that you're using, who created them, and why. Super easy to do. All you gotta do is call the company. So absorption is just part of the story. Like I was saying, companies, whoever they are, typically, if they're making it for a profit, they're gonna use the cheapest ingredients, not the ones that perform the best in humans. I'll say that again. Many companies who manufacture supplements are just looking for the cheapest ingredient, not the ones that perform best in humans. That's important. But absorbing, it's only part of it. It's how it's made. It's what's used. It takes additional effort. It takes time. It takes money. Money. That's why a lot of companies are like, meh, we're just going to do that. And again, you know, I can only speak to Young Living because, well, I can't. I've actually used a whole bunch of other supplements. So I'll speak to all of it. I feel like they're the best. And some of you guys have chimed in, and when I think when I created that post about, you know, making it for a profit versus a purpose, several of you were like, yeah, I took supplements for a long time and I never noticed a difference. So you got to ask yourself why. If you're like me and maybe you took these other supplements, maybe you took a probiotic, everyone's like, well, you need a probiotic, you know, gut stuff, whatever. And you're like, all right. And then you took Life 9, you're like, whoa, hey, that worked a lot, really well, loved it, so good. I'm gonna do that again tonight, right? I've never had that from the probiotic from Whole Foods. That probiotic from Whole Foods cost me $60, guys. I never saw any kind of response like I have from Life 9. Anybody else? Right? Thank you, Rose. Yeah, right, Maribel? Absolutely, Mom, for sure. For sure. So one-a-day supplements, those types of groups would have you believe that everything you need is just in this one little thing. You know, and you look at the package, like I'll pretend, let me see, let's pretend this is just one of those. And you're like, oh my gosh, look, all the ingredients, all the things, the vitamin K, the vitamin D, calcium. Oh, it even has calcium and magnesium. I hear that's a good thing. Did you know to have everything your body requires? Hear me, this is rock your little world. Your vitamin, and all my non-pill takers were like, your vitamin would have to be the size at least of a large grape. Last I checked, that was a choking hazard. So it's not a thing. And I know if you're like me, naive as anything, you're like, wait, what? They're lying to us? Yeah. As it turns out, I hate that. Because I'm still, again, at my age, I'm like, I just want to believe that well, why would they lie? Why wouldn't they? It's not enough, guys. It's just not enough. You simply cannot pack everything you need into one pill. If you did, again, choking hazard, no bueno. They also miss the fact that we need extra vitamin D. We need extra vitamin B. We also need minerals together. Certain minerals together are paired together so that your body can actually absorb them. Did you know, I just alluded to it, that there needs to be a ratio of calcium and magnesium together in order for your body to absorb the calcium. It's important. If not, here's what happens. That calcium that doesn't get absorbed ends up depositing in your kidneys. Okay, follow me. So it's like this little trail, goes to your kidneys and can create kidney stones. You know anybody who's had kidney stones? I guarantee they had too much calcium in their body. Guaranteed. It can also go into the coronary arteries, where it can lead to clogged arteries. Whoa, wait, what? Who knew that taking an actual supplement the wrong way can screw with your arteries? It's not okay. And it can go into your joint cartilage versus your bones. I mean, come on. So can you guys understand why I get kind of angry when I'm doing this stuff? Like, I need a lot of release and forgiveness when I'm like, what? Why? And we're taking supplements, we blindly take it. You know why? Because we don't understand our body. We're not taking an hour. Like, if you guys took an hour a day for the next 7 days, you could get a master's degree in the human body. It's not complicated. Or God did not make anything that we couldn't understand about our body. I mean, he did make it intricate. But if you just look at it, it's a beautiful, intricate, crazy design that is very simple to understand. It's not complicated. It's really not. So let's look at who is making our vitamins. We want to make sure there's high quality ingredients. That's it. High quality ingredients. Are they broken down? Are you telling me I just need a one a day? when you buy your vitamin D, because you can't get that from Young Living, by the way, there are a lot of our supplements have some vitamin D, but I'll talk about it in a minute. There's just not enough. Does your vitamin D just say vitamin D and maybe olive oil or sunflower oil because it needs something that it can hang on to, or does it say a whole bunch of other stuff? Just simple, guys. Simple. Basic needs for everybody. If you don't take supplements now, or you're like, your pantry looks like mine and you've got all of it, this is all for 7 people, by the way. Oh, you can't see it. That's good. That's a good thing. It's all for 7 people. It's not because I don't know what the heck we're doing. But if you're just like, I don't even know, I'm going to help you. It's going to be super simple. Number 1, probiotic. Easy, right? I just mentioned that. Everybody knows. Take a probiotic. Studies say that the future of medicine is turning towards our microbiome. The ecosystem of bacteria and other microbes that live in our gut to prevent and reverse. Look at me diagnosing, curing, and treating all the things like I ain't got no sense. But to prevent and reverse many diseases. The thing is that our guts, if we heal this, if we take a probiotic and rebuild that culture, we can prevent and reverse a lot of diseases. That, again, that's science, guys. That's just what it is. We know that nearly, and some research believes more, but at least 80% of our immune system is in our gut. 95% of the serotonin, so that's the neurotransmitter responsible for regulating mood, the happy hormone, right, is produced in our gut. So you want to fix your brain, you're a little sad, make sure your belly's healthy, along with, diffusing all the citrus and all that kind of stuff, especially this time of year. Hey, here's a good idea. If you have the, where it gets a little dark, like here, 3 o'clock, like, oh, sundown, if you're on the East Coast, or if it's just cloudier this time of year, maybe if you added a little extra probiotic. Maribel, I'm sorry, which stat would you like me to repeat? Oh, the immune system? Okay, so at least 80% of your immune system is in your gut. And thank you, Rose. And 95% of the serotonin, which is the neurotransmitter that's responsible for regulating the mood in your brain, is produced there. There are, I'm counting in my head, I believe 9 hormones, 9 neurotransmitters. Well, they're not hormones. Shoot, I'm sorry, I have it on a graphic, guys. There's 9 things. We're not sure at this moment if it's neurotransmitters or if it's a hormone, right? Let's just say whatever they are, they're produced in your belly and they all regulate what's going on here. They're all responsible for something different. So there's the happy hormone, the serotonin, there's dopamine, there's melatonin. So that all of these things are produced here first. So that means that the balance of our bacteria, the balance of bacteria in your gut is thrown off, it can lead to a whole host of other problems. Depression, autoimmunity, anxiety, leaky gut, all these lovely things, all these conditions in the body that really can be helped by taking care of your belly. Taking a probiotic is the first step to creating that microbiome balance. Not all probiotics are created equal, though. I think one of you guys commented about that or shared that it's like, which ones play together? You were talking about regular supplements, but probiotics, I didn't know this, guys, but not all of them play nicely together. So some strains are cannibalistic to other strains. So if you're looking at your probiotic, which could be why I spent $60 for the one at Whole Foods, but didn't feel a darn thing, because by the time you actually take it, half of them have been cannibalized and there's barely anything left. And it opens in your belly, right? It's released there, and your stomach acid eats it up. So it's a mixed bag of bacteria strains, and a lot of time they're grown using, check this out, dairy, soy, or yeast, this is how the bacteria can be grown. Again, sometimes when I look at being in a network marketing business, other people in other network marketing businesses are like, oh, maybe you'll buy my product, or maybe you'll buy mine. I'm like, okay, I'll be nice. Like, show me what you got. And I've looked at some very popular probiotics, and I'm like, what the hell, people? Why are you putting wheat in your probiotic? Can anybody answer that? And I've even asked them. They're like, oh, I don't know, probably for a filler. What? Why? Anyway, I digress. Many probiotics will boast huge amounts of strains, huge amounts of live culture bacteria, only to find out these suckers are eating each other. They aren't doing a darn thing for your belly, except for taking money out of your wallet, which is a little irritating. Can create a little pit in your stomach, right? Where the money should be. So Life 9, this has 9 probiotic strains, full spectrum gut support, which is what you need. It's best to take a broad spectrum probiotic, meaning that it includes bacterial strains that are naturally found in your gut. Hear me. Bacterial strains that are naturally found in your belly. And make sure, if you're not choosing Life 9, that whatever, you do you. But make sure that the probiotic you're choosing has been researched and proven to boost gut health and immune response. Proven. What was that movie? Show Me the Money. Show me the gut health. So Life 9's high potency, it combines 17 billion live cultures from 9 different bacteria strains. And it has a time release, a delayed release capsule. So it opens in your, I said this the other night, small intestine. Right, Jerry Maguire. Thank you, Steve. Like that movie. So it opens where it needs to. It gets released where it needs to. It doesn't get dissolved in your stomach. It goes into your intestines. That's where it needs to be. That's where the culture needs to be. The bacteria, excuse me. Okay, the second thing you need is an omega. Oh gosh, I'm sorry guys. I'm looking at the time. We're wrapping up. Omegas. And my mom is shaking her head. Like, you guys know when your mom, even at 45, have you been taking your Omega Jais? Do you take your Omega? I'm like, oh my word. She's like a dog with a bone, but she's right. Mom, it's on recording. You're right. Omegas. It's the second thing people need. The benefits of omega-3 fatty acids, we know about it. It's prolific, the information on it. But let me tell you what omega-3s can do. Not Omega Jais. I'm not diagnosing, curing, or treating anybody. I'm just telling you what the research says about omegas, okay? They reduce inflammation, may help to lower the risk of chronic diseases like heart disease, cancer, arthritis, blah, blah, blah. And because they're concentrated in the brain, omega-3 fatty acids are also important for memory, cognitive support, and behavior. If you have children who have ADD, ADHD, if you have children who are autistic, Asperger's, spectrum of any kind, if you have adults who are this way, they need omega-3s. It's critical for their brains. Critical. So when you talk about omegas in Young Living, Omega Jais has omega-3 fatty acids, but they also have a little bit of vitamin D3, a little, not a lot. We'll talk about that in a minute, how much you need, and then also CoQ10. If you are not familiar with what CoQ10 does, just do a little quick Google search. Talk about some healing powers. The third thing you need is vitamin D. I've mentioned that, alluded to it several times. Vitamin D, well, first of all, your body can make its own vitamin D. I do a whole class on eating your sunscreen. So eating foods that help boost your body's internal sunscreen, it's a thing. You can actually like skip the sunscreen altogether. You'll notice, see all these white bottles up here? These are all the Young Living sunscreens that I bought or been gifted, and I'm like, we kind of really don't need them. The kid who had melanoma, we don't really use them that much because we eat our sunscreen. We don't ever get sunburn or whatever. But your body can make its own vitamin D when your skin is exposed to sunlight. Vitamin D is converted into a hormone in your body. These hormones are your body's chemical messengers. So did you hear me? Vitamin D is converted into hormones. It's important. They travel through your body, your tissues, your organs, and they activate chemical reactions that control everything, hear me, from your metabolism to growth, those of you who have children, grandchildren, development, and mood. I'll say that again because somebody needs to hear that. I'll just say it like this. Upping your vitamin D, guys, can help activate those chemical reactions that control everything from your metabolism to growth, development, and mood. I'm sorry, I was reading Julia's, yeah, wow. That's awesome. That's great that they found that, but that's telling. Over 50,000 chemical reactions in your body require the presence of adequate amounts of vitamin D. 50,000. That's huge. So if you are vitamin D deficient, that's a whole lot of things not happening the way they're supposed to. See, when I said cancer is easy to unmake, to beat back, clearly you guys are in agreement with me on this after hearing this. Vitamin D contributes to bone strength, heart health, cancer prevention. It also plays a huge role in your immune system. And it can be a determining factor on whether or not you develop an autoimmune disease. Studies show, here it is. I thought I had it written down. So studies show that an estimated, 1 billion people worldwide have insufficient vitamin D. So if there's 7 billion people on the planet, it's like 1/7 of our world is vitamin D deficient. At least 3 million American adults are deficient. Think about it. That's just adults, guys. Think about our children. I mean, all of us on here are probably over 20. So many of us ran around outside barefoot. So we were constantly grounding ourselves, right, when we were kids. But then we're also getting sunshine. But now our kids are inside. They're like this on their phone. So now they've got back problem, neck problems, and they're vitamin D deficient, and they're getting the EMF radiation or whatever. Go outside. I'm always telling my kids, go outside. Mom, it's cold. I don't care. Go outside. Go outside. So the rate of it is actually probably higher because, how do you research this, right? This is pretty much a guess. So how do you choose? Make sure your vitamin D has barely any ingredients other than vitamin D. It should just say vitamin D, maybe olive oil, maybe sunflower oil. Not a huge fan of sunflower oil. Yeah, vitamin D3. Rose, good question. She asked, do we want vitamin D3? I did read a few research articles on, they said sometimes vitamin D2 was as good, but overall, all of them said vitamin D3 over and over and over. Doctors, FDA, Healthline, all the things, vitamin D3. And the average adult needs like 5,000 units, particularly in the winter months. Children, about 2,000 units. And that's one of those fat-soluble vitamins where, don't want to take too much. So again, here's me. Try me. What happens? If you take too much iron, that could put you in some serious world of hurt. So I'm curious, does that do it with vitamin D? There was one article that I could possibly find where one guy actually got sick because he had all at once 200,000 units at one time. He didn't die. He just wasn't feeling quite right. So the rest of us, if we take 5,000, maybe we take 10,000 units if our levels are lower, especially, again, when the sun goes down at 4 o'clock and it doesn't come up till 7:30, and it's hard to get some sun when it's snowing or raining. you might want to up it. And again, this is a cumulative effect. So this is like if you're taking 100 to 200,000 constantly, which we're not going to do. We're not going to do that. Oh, the brands that I have researched, Seeking Health. That's the one that we've been using. We really like it. And the other one is Innate Choice. That's a good one too. Both you can order online. The last thing, well, second to last, multivitamin, obviously. So multivitamin, you know, you'd think that everybody would take it. Sounds like a no-brainer. And yet we don't. Because again, we might go, well, there's the one a day, there's the this, there's, I don't know what to choose. Again, a multivitamin that maybe you take twice a day, or that's broken up into 2 caplets, 2 capsules. We've got Master Formula, Young Living has that. And so it's a little great pack of multivitamins. So it's not just one, it's broken up. In fact, brilliantly, one capsule has calcium, the other has magnesium. It's awesome. There's vitamin K, there's a little vitamin D, right? So you've got everything that you need in this little packet. So it kind of is a one a day, but it's broke up into 4 capsules. The other thing is there's something called multi-greens. So this is just the world according to Jen Weir, as I've done some research on greens. My husband and our whole family, we're plant-based, and so I look at research, tons and tons and tons of greens. If you've ever had cancer in your life, in your world, you know that greens are huge. And I'm not talking about spinach, guys. I'm talking about chlorella. I'm talking about spirulina. I'm talking about bee pollen, but that's not really green, but it's important. Chlorella, spirulina, those are, if you're ever looking, just side note, if you're ever looking to detox your armpits, this would be a great thing to do, is up that. Because it's an anti-stink supplement. It helps your body naturally, chlorella helps your body naturally smell good. It also oxygenates your cells, the chlorella and spirulina, so that your body gets more oxygen. Do you know when you go into mountains, right, and people get altitude sickness because they can't get the oxygen? Dude, all you need is more chlorella and spirulina in your life. That'll fix you right up. That's true. Just take more. When you go on the airplane, just take more. It's just going to get your body the oxygen it needs. It's so amazing for cellular support. Energy, bee pollen, kelp, spirulina, all these things. So great for the green. So that's just for me, because again, I've been in that cancer world. There's things that I'm trying to keep at bay with my family. And so that's something that we take. Yes, Trish, stock up now, for sure, for sure. The last thing is your antioxidant support, and whether you use Young Living or not, dude, you need Ningxia Red. Like, if you don't want to use an oil ever, if you don't want to take any supplement, that's fine. I get you. Not really. I don't understand that, but whatever. You need Ningxia Red. You need Ningxia Red. Is there anybody on here not taking Ningxia Red by any chance? Like, anybody want to out themselves? They're like, no, I've seen her work. She's going to, I won't yell at you, I promise. I might call you on the side and be like, are you for real with that nonsense? Ningxia Red, you guys, oh my gosh, the best antioxidant, just the science behind it, the studies with the blood, and it's like thick and chunky, and then they take the Ningxia, and it's, Nicole, but yours is coming, so you don't count. And then the cells, like, clean up. Haters gonna hate, that's true. You know that's right. So it cleans it up. It makes your blood flow better because you're getting the free radicals out. Here's what I challenge you to do. If you are not taking Ningxia Red, or you're taking it, you're like, Jen, I'm taking it on faith because I've heard people like you preach at me. Good, then stop taking it. Stop. For like a month. See how you feel. And just for giggles, like, get a week's worth and then take it. This is how you become a student of your body. This is what I'm talking about. You know, a lot of times with supplements, antioxidant drinks, whatever. We take it because your BFF's like, oh, you got to take this. It's so good. Oh, okay, yeah, I'll do it. And then you're like, I don't really feel anything. I don't know. You know, we want to have like, I don't know what we want, some kind of instant high, some kind of buzz. I don't know what you're looking for. So then I tell you, then just stop. And then see, then you're like, oh, dang, I was feeling more energetic. Yeah, Trish, thank you for saying that. Get your blood checked. Get your blood work done. Drink your Ningxia Red for 30 days. Get your blood work done again. Stop drinking it. Like, do this little experiment, right? Just go pay for all the blood tests. Just, why not? Become a frequent flyer. Who cares? Maybe they'll get on Ningxia Red too while you're at it. Remember I said, from the moment you wake up, your body is kind of fighting against you, especially the older you get. Your body is producing free radicals at an alarming rate. And so here's me. If you want the one-stop shop, wouldn't you take Ningxia Red? At minimum, like if you're like, okay, you've told me I need 5 things, I know, but what's the one? The one, Ningxia Red. Come on. Like, that's just... Okay, Nicole asked, do you really need only 1 ounce per day or should we take more? Need versus best practice. I'm going to speak to that. Need, yes, 1 ounce a day. That's going to help. Best practice, 2 to 4, like Rose said. I had a very non-compliant experience with Ningxia Red a little bit ago, like a couple days ago. If we were sitting around my kitchen table, I would tell you guys all the things. But I took 6 ounces in the morning, 6 ounces at night. My non-compliant experience was delightful. That's that. That's that. Yep, Tina, thank you for saying. She took her blood and couldn't believe how healthy it was. Antioxidant support, guys. It's a must. It's a must. So in Young Living, because I think a lot of you guys you have Young Living, and if you're not, here's what we have. And maybe this is where you're like, okay, get to this part. Oh, okay, 2 minutes over. Give me like 5. We've got foundational nutrition, targeted nutrition, and cleansing nutrition, right? There's 3 major things. Foundation, like the name says, it's the base of everything you need. In there, you have Master Formula. That's your multivitamin. You have Life 9. You have Omega Gize. I'm like, what else did I say? Oh, vitamin D, that's right. That's you got to get separate. I mean, you've also got your Super B, which is, you know, your B vitamins. You can cherry pick this apart too, and you can, if you don't want to do Master Formula, if you're like, I want to get my Super B, I want to do this separately and break it down, you can do that too. It's all there. It's your choice. But they make it stupid simple for us. Like, here, foundation, boom. Pick what you got. You got your omegas, your multis, your probiotic, easy. Now then, if you're well-versed in your body and you're thinking, okay, there's a little, I need to support this area of my body just a little bit better, now you're going to go into your targeted support. And this is where we talk about enzymes. And I'm sure a lot of you are like, Jan, tell me about enzymes. Nope. You can figure that out. Because there's 4 different enzymes you can take, guys. And it's not that hard. The basics, the Reader's Digest version of enzymes is, if you eat meat and dairy, you need enzymes. You got to push that literally crap out of your body. That's that. Essential enzyme, easy. Your body is getting depleted of enzymes just by the fact that you're eating foods that doesn't have enzymes, that's dead. And if you're like me and you eat plants, you may only need an enzyme when you have a few of those other dead things in there, the cheeses, the milks, or that type of thing. So there's that. So you guys need to do your own research on enzymes. There's Allerzyme, there's Detoxzyme, there's Essentialzyme 4, and there's Essentialzyme. Quick little search in your virtual office, and it'll tell you, it'll speak to the one, you'll see what you need. But again, I'm not hating on, you know, eating meat and dairy. I'm just saying, if you do that, yeah, you need an enzyme. You got to push that stuff out. Meat takes about 3 to 5 days to process in your gut. I'll leave you with that. Okay, cleansing nutrition is the last one. Again, just like it says. If you want to up your health game just a little bit more, you know, like this time of year, it's January. You might say, okay, should probably do a liver cleanse. Pause. Before you do a liver cleanse, clean out your colon first. Go with something like ICP, Comfortone. Get rid of the junk that's just been built up for a couple of months, and then go work on and love on your liver. So anything that says Juva, right, that's the liver, those are going to be your liver supplements. Multigreens is categorized as cleansing nutrition because you've got the greens in there. Those are going to keep your body cleansed, for lack of better words there. So if you're thinking, you know what, I don't want to have to do a once or twice a year cleanse, take your multigreens. It's going to help your body keep cleansed. A chiropractor that I went to years ago, we were talking about a cleanse. I thought, oh, I want to do a liver cleanse, a colon cleanse, whatever. He says, you know, if you eat a right diet, God designed our bodies to cleanse itself. If you guys think about it, again, know your body. Think of how it's designed. If you cut back on sugar or cut out sugar, if you take out maybe alcohol, trying to think, maybe you don't have any dairy products or meat products for even a week, and you up your greens, that's going to naturally and gently cleanse your body. If you make sure that your portions of your food are 60% plants and the rest not plants, your body is going to naturally cleanse itself. You add multigreens to your diet, cleanse it all the time. And anytime your body needs a little extra love, there's the targeted support. You can always take extra. Here's the beautiful thing, and I'll leave you with this about taking a whole food supplement, plant-based supplement, is that you cannot OD on them, right? I don't know if you grew up like I did, like, ooh, you don't want to take too many one-a-days, you don't want to take too much iron. But if you're taking, I don't know, let's say 10 multigreens, well, you're just going to poop a lot. It's not going to hurt you because it's plants. It's just plants, guys.